You can never get tired of seeing what the property has to offer. Make a weekend out of it by staying at the Lead Lodge and enhance your stay with their special packages that include luxurious treatment. Learn more or book your adventure today online at arbordayfarm.org.
Bonsall Pool and Spa's annual Spooktacular sale is here. Now through November 1st, get an extra $1,000 off hot tubs at an already low sale price and get $500 off the already low sale prices on infrared and traditional saunas. All hot tub water care products and accessories are also for sale for the Spooktacular sale, now through November 1st at Bonsall Pool and Spa at 33rd and Highway 2. Call for more info at 402-488-0148 or visit bonsallpool.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Derek Pearson. Brought to you by Canopy Street Market.
Thursday boom for you here on One with the PDP out of studio today. He will be back next week. In fact, he'll come back for the USC game. He's not going to miss that. Here for the blackout. Everybody's excited for the big game this weekend. Top 25 opponent, of course, the day after Halloween. I can't wait for this. Kind of feels like, for me, I'm a big Halloween fan. I know Nick Sainer jumping in studio with me here today said he didn't dress up too much to go trick-or-treating as a child. But Halloween's my favorite, so I'm glad they're leaning into it this week.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I love this. This is, if I could, fantasy book Husker football game, it might go something like this. There are other people, like Jake Sorensen, likes the traditional matchup with the helmets. Usually I am that guy, but I'll just have to admit there's not a whole lot of history between Nebraska USC. We had the helmet matchup last year.
Yep.
I like this idea, and if it becomes an annual tradition to do it, especially around the Halloween game, in fact, today I'm telling people Spirit Halloween didn't pay me. I have worked there before. That's how much of a Halloween fan I am. Yeah.
A little seasonal job.
Yes. And it was pure.
Wow.
They didn't pay the most money if you can imagine,
sure.
but it was purely for the Halloween fun of it.
Did you get
that's
the
how much
discount?
I like Halloween. I did. I think they gave me a code. They said it's a lifetime discount. I haven't tried it out.
Whoa. Okay, hold on. Well, we can't say the code on air. Damn.
No. It's just an employee code. Everyone gets their own, I think.
So Spirit Halloween, if I can have free shipping on the orders over $40 with the code FREE40.
But I brought it up.
I actually have to go to. I'll be making a trek over to Goodwill today.
Okay, that's
to
what you're
get some
looking
stuff.
for.
That's to see. I do not work there. That's where I'm going to attempt to get stuff for my costume.
Yeah. Do you have an idea for your costume?
I do. I will say this. So because I can talk about it, I think, because I don't think my buddies are listening. I've been trying to keep it a secret. But I am going as one of our friends in our group. She doesn't know it yet. She's pregnant. Very happy for her. Very happy for him. But I'm dressing up as her. So
as pregnant her.
As pregnant her, yes. Yeah. And so, but she's also hosting the Halloween party that we're going to.
Oh, nice.
And so I'm walking in and I'm going to be wearing, it's basically just like a oversized sweatshirt. I bought one of the pregnant bellies off of Amazon. And I just have to go to Goodwill and try to find some I don't know if I want to do
something
the whole stretchy pants thing.
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the whole stretchy pants thing. But I'm just gonna be. I need to find a blonde wig.
Yeah, that's not too bad. You can probably do that.
So I'm just not spending. Oh, I'm hoping that I can spend less than $15 on this.
Yeah,
thing.
That's the idea.
Because I will never wear it again, if you can guess. So anyway,
see, I think my son decided to go as a bat this year.
A bat?
So I told him
not Batman,
not as Batman. He wants to be a bat. So he's 4 years old. This cute little bat costume.
Yeah, sure.
It's not like the ugly bats that you see, hanging upside down in the caves or anything. So I decided I told him I could either be Batman or Dracula. I got to do something that's close to him. He doesn't want me to be a hero, so I'm going to try to do Dracula, which I think I can also do for under $15, right? Just find some sort of.
I would hope so.
Yeah,
I would hope so. I'm looking at some of these. I would love to just go all out on some of these, but also so the T-Rex. I've always thought the T-Rex inflatable stuff is funny.
That's always good, yeah.
But I'm not paying $70. It's $70.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
I just will not.
There's like it's almost become a fixture at Nebraska football games. There's like 3 or 4 of those guys dressed up in a row.
Wait, the T-Rex, the adult version, adult T-Rex inflatable costume, Jurassic Park, is $119.99.
Yeah, it's a little expensive.
The kids is $69.99.
Oh, you thought this? Yeah, you can
Definitely
get into
not
that one.
Definitely not. Even like the adult Darth Vader is $70.
Yeah, it's not cheap anymore. It's not cheap
This
to
is
go
the
out.
problem. This is the problem.
Somebody sasays, by the way, off YouTube, you're going to Goodwill too late. It's already been torn through.
Are you serious?
No,
No,
probably.
I need.
Perhaps.
I literally just need an oversized, solid colored crew neck sweatshirt.
Hmm.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
I don't even need a hoodie. I just need it. I need like probably like a double X would probably be big enough for me. Like would be oversized. I want it to be loungy.
You want to be comfy.
I want to be very comfy.
That's the point.
But
yeah.
enough. It needs to be small enough. Okay, I'm using retort double negatives. Like it needs to be oversized, but it needs to be baggy up top, but where my pregnant belly can still be seen. That's what we need.
I'm a big fan of those pregnancy pants. I know that we don't. That's not common for people to wear. I think we should embrace those. Those look nice.
The pregnancy
and comfy.
pants?
Yeah, they're like I don't know what they have in there, but they stretch out. It's like wearing
the top maternity pants.
Yeah,
I never thought that this would be a search on my laptop here.
I don't know how expensive they are. Yeah,
I found some for $13.
Yeah, there you go.
So maybe I just need to buy some of these. Yeah, that's crazy.
They might not be the most fashionable, but they actually have made, they try to make them fashionable for the pregnant women. What you could do there. And I think we should just embrace. I mean, they look comfy.
Somebody asked if I was wearing makeup. No, like I'm not.
No.
I'm literally, it's literally
shaving the beard.
No. It's just gonna be. It's good. Sure, I'm gonna be just a blonde wig. I'm gonna try to find. If I can't find a blonde wig, I don't really care either. Like I'm not gonna tear up Lincoln trying to find it. But I'm gonna try to find like a blonde wig, and then I'm going to wear a solid colored, oversized sweatshirt. My little pregnancy belly that I bought, and then and it's funnier if it probably doesn't sound funny over the radio, and I understand that. I acknowledge that, but if you knew the people, it would be funny.
No, that's fine. I think I think it makes sense. It's
like
a good deal.
We're not doing anything. Like we're not going. She goes. So she's obviously the one that set it up. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna like. She's like, guys, I think we should watch Hotel Transylvania. And like, there's like 9 of us that are going. We're like, what are we doing? Like this is what we're doing on Halloween. So we're gonna dress up to just watch a movie. So that's why I was like, I want to do something comfy. I'm not dressing up as Joker and getting all this face paint and stuff. And just to watch Hotel Transylvania. I could care less.
Have you seen Hotel Transylvania?
Never.
No.
I have not. I hate movies.
Oh, you're really not.
I'm hoping they start it before I even show up. and there's a chance because we will be broadcasting the Malcolm Lincoln Lutheran playoff football game.
That's right.
This Friday. Yeah. First ever time that I've been out to Malcolm football. Ever.
Where? How long a drive is that? I have no clue where Malcolm is.
You're putting me on the spot here.
Okay.
30 minutes maybe.
Okay.
Not even. Text line, help us out. Like 15 minutes. It's right out. You go out 34 and you're like there on the left-hand side.
Mm.
So past the airport, obviously. But
the Malcolm Clippers
against Lincoln Lutheran.
That's right.
Because and the honest thought, because we talked about this, like why do Class C2 games? You want to know why? Is because unfortunately in Class A and B, not a Lincoln team hosts. Not one. They're Waverly hosts, okay? But like we're also trying to find good competitive games, right? And the other option was Waverly, who is number 1 seed in Class B, but they play the 16 seed. That's probably more than likely. I'm taking a gamble and saying that's probably not going to be the most competitive game. So we went and we were like, well, you know what? We can make the trek out to Malcolm, sure. And we'll reassess. Maybe we do a Class A game next week. Maybe we do a Class B game the following week. Who knows? But we're gonna see some Class C2 action with Malcolm and Lincoln Lutheran on Friday. It's gonna be a good time.
All right. Well, you can throw all that away. I know Austin just got you to go to the Lincoln Lutheran game.
Not at all.
No.
Thankfully. So
do they have a pretty good chance to make a run, or from the outside?
They're
what
fine.
Would you say? Yeah.
Like Class C2 is just competitive from top to bottom. So I would say that there is more parity in Class B than there ever has been before. Class B is going to be awesome. The Norris Waverly game a few weeks ago was one for the ages. But yeah, no, there's a lot of parity right now in classes other than A. You know what's what's going to happen in Class A. So we'll stay far away from Millard South game until whatever it's called, the state championship.
Yeah. I was a Lincoln Lutheran Warrior for a few years, so I'm excited.
Then
Go
where?
Warriors.
I don't even know. Buck, we've been working together for like almost 6 years.
Yeah.
I don't know where'd you go to high school?
Yeah. I know you went to Pius. You wear that pretty proudly.
Proudly.
I went to Southeast for 3 years. But I probably even more. I went to the freshman year at Lincoln Lutheran.
Wow.
I would say one. I mean, I didn't.
And
play
what year
before.
did you graduate?
2008. Yeah.
I was at a wedding this last Friday, and we had the conversation. This was like the first time that this has happened for me, Buck, where we started mingling. I did not know any of these people at the wedding. I was there with somebody, and she knew everybody. And it was one of those, Buck, to where. So what year did you graduate high school?
2008.
No, I'm saying like that was the question.
Yeah,
that was the question that was asked around the entire table.
Yeah.
And we started talking about like high school reunions coming up and things like that. And that was the first time that's ever happened. And it made me feel much older than 24, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
But like I sat there and I thought, holy crap, this is the barrel I'm staring down.
Yeah. It'll
So-
happen. Your 10-year reunion will come around pretty quickly.
It's sad.
My 10-year reunion was a good story. I didn't get invited, but I showed up to the bar. That
You
it
didn't
was
get
at.
invited?
No. It's so reunions. I think some people too think like that the school puts it on and it's all organized and stuff. It's up to your classmates, So I suppose I wasn't in the in crowd or whatever at Southeast, if you put it that way.
That's unfortunate. That's sad.
And so there was, it helped me at my jump shot. I played basketball at lunchtime
yeah.
a lot instead of hanging out with people.
Well, jeez, Bob. That makes me feel so bad.
I always made the joke. The friends I sat with at lunch, were all the members of my favorite band who I was listening to.
I actually liked being alone. No, okay, I didn't like being alone. There was moments where I didn't want to be around people.
Yeah.
So that's what be. But
Yeah,
anyway,
fair enough.
yeah.
Well, I
10-year
was just
reunion.
saying, so it was, I showed up to my 10-year reunion. I noticed a couple of people that had name tags on. I didn't know it was my reunion, right? I was just at the bar here.
Oh, you just stopped at a bar.
No, and I just noticed they all, the people had name tags. I wonder what's going on. So I saw some names. I was like, I'm recognizing some of these people. And
it was just out of coincidence that you showed up.
it was
at the
out
same
of coincidence that I was there. And then they like sent an email like I don't know, like 4 or 5 days later, like, hey, we didn't get everybody to the reunion, but we're going to do another one in however many years or whatever. And I was like, I was at my reunion. And I
had no idea.
I didn't even know it. So
That's hilarious.
you got to watch out. Make sure you get invited to your 10
so now
years.
everything's like over Facebook, where it's like they
Yeah.
have the invites and stuff. My is it 10 year? No. I was 2019, so 2024 was my 5 year. So I
Mhm.
still got 4 years until my 10-year reunion.
You got some time.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I also don't know how I feel about high school reunions. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of people that I graduated with that are different now. So
People change.
people change, and they sure.
Well, they
as
might
heck
not
have.
show up. They might not show up.
Yeah, maybe I'm just the one that doesn't show up, and I don't risk anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, part of it too
The
is
people
like,
I want to stay connected with, I stay connected with.
right. And that's the thing. Back in the day,
Yeah.
it was like a surprise. You get there, like, oh wow, this is what you've been doing the
Oh
last
my gosh,
10 years.
Tony's been here.
Yeah. But now you know everything that everybody's been doing.
Yeah.
If you really want
Like
to,
I don't
just
need
look
to
it
go up there and be like, all right, so Jake, where are you living nowadays?
Yeah.
I don't know. And I also don't. Maybe this is a bad thing about me, and this is like part of the maturing piece that I still need to work on. Is like I don't like to ask questions when I don't want to know the answers, like the small talk
Oh yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
I just this makes me sound probably like a horrible person, and I apologize, but like I'm not gonna just go up and be like, so what are you up to nowadays? If I don't care. Does that make me sound bad?
That does make you sound a little bit bad. I mean, you got to do something. That's
But
better.
see, but then I just
It's
how about I
better
just
than
don't
awkward
go?
silence.
How about I
isn't it?
just don't go?
Yeah. I mean, you could always do that.
Okay, perfect. It's
But again,
settled.
that's the problem now. Is
I
you
don't hate people at all. It's just I don't know.
You're not interpersonal.
No, that's not it at all. Like I'm very outgoing. I like to talk to people.
Yeah.
Somebody says, "Oh, and so Nick hates people now." No, that's not it at all. It's just like also 10 years removed. If you wanted nothing to do with me in high school, don't sit here 10 years later and act like you want to talk now.
So you're holding grudges too.
No, let's not be fake. Let's
Yeah.
not be fake.
Yeah.
Like, because here's the thing, Bach, like in the business here, right? Is high school folks, people made fun of me because I would be doing podcasts and okay, you want to get vulnerable, folks? Here we go. I was doing podcasts at 7 a.m. on Friday mornings. People would make fun of me because I'd be doing it in the lunch cafeteria area at Pius. Well, hey, now here we are. Husker football games. We talk to coaches. We get to talk to players. We get to do all these cool things, part of our job.
Yeah.
So now you want to be friends.
Oh, now it's not so funny. Nick
So,
working
yeah,
on podcasts in the
okay.
cafeteria. huh?
Okay, so maybe now it makes sense why. I didn't get to. I wasn't in the student sections because I was always doing the play-by-play for high school games at Pius.
Yeah.
People made fun of it. People joked around.
Why would people make fun of you for having dreams and
I'm just telling you.
working in sports?
I'm just telling you. It's just
Tough
like,
crowd.
yeah. That's the genuine answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead. You made fun of me back in 2017, and that's fine. But now here we are. What are you doing? How's Walmart? Nothing against Walmart.
Right.
So I was never the cool kid. Never tried to be the cool kid.
Yeah.
But once again, it just goes along lines of like, I won't ask questions to you that I don't really care about the answers, and I hope you do the same to me.
How have you been? I don't care. I could care less.
I would look at it and be like, all right, Buck, do you really want to know how I've been doing, or are we just doing this because we have to? I'm just telling. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't think you should go to your reunion. Huh? You sound like you're gonna be a little bit disruptive.
Maybe I shouldn't. I'm sorry. Somebody says, "Is this shallow Hal on the air with you, Buck?" No, I'm not trying to be mean. This is somebody did say unmasked texter says this means that you're a genuine person. I appreciate that. But there you go. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Don't be fake.
So you don't like movies. You don't like people. What else do we come?
What do I like?
What do you like?
I like to play golf.
Like pregnant people?
No,
At least enough.
No.
Well, you like joke around with pregnant people at least?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah, I like to
fair
have
enough.
jokes.
Yeah.
So anyway, should we talk sports?
Well, back to my original point. I'm trying to get people to
how
go
did we
to.
get started on this?
I'm trying to get people to go to Spirit Halloween and buy these
right.
skulls.
That's right. That's right.
There's like skull masks there for like $10. I was there. I think that not only do I want it to be a blackout, I want people to be dressed up. I want there to be heavy Halloween presence at the blackout of for Nebraska USC. You think there's a pretty good chance we get a lot of skeletons there?
I don't know.
Like I said, I think there's like 4.
You could do the whole throw the bones thing.
Yeah. Well, I
I don't
think
know.
the Boneyard is I would assume the Boneyard's coming out.
I would love to.
Yeah.
I would love to have I like the welcome to your worst nightmare thing.
Yes.
Like I would say welcome that back.
Yeah.
Because what year did they do that? Was
Man, it's been a long time now?
That was a night game, right? That would have been Miami in 2017? Or not 2017, 2018? No, excuse me, 2014. Holy smokes.
I'm not sure they didn't do that against UCLA like a decade ago. Wasn't that
In
when they
2013?
first wore the blacks?
Bach, be careful what you're saying here.
The black
That
uniform.
should be the trivia question.
The what? It's a trivia
Trivia
question.
question.
Oh, it's a trivia question. Okay. I don't know what it is.
You have to come into the station to answer the trivia question.
Okay.
You cannot answer the trivia question on air over this.
But
over the
sometimes
text
we
line.
will give you hints. And
Yes.
I must have just given a hint. But I think that might be the case.
Old Dad 34 says, "Wow, one heck of a rabbit hole, fellas." So welcome to your. Okay, so let I can find this up or find this out. I would be shocked if they did it in 2013 against UCLA because it was a day game.
But I think because they were in black, I think that's when they did that with the Welcome to Your Worst Nightmare, the banner or whatever.
It
I don't
would
know
have
how
been-
often they've done it. Have we seen it in
would
years?
have been okay. So Wall Street Journal did a picture on it, and of course the scoreboard's clipped out. It is Miami.
It's Miami.
It was
okay.
Miami. So Miami was
2014?
2014
That's still a
because
decade old.
that was the year that Nebraska played Miami at home. Brad Kaya, Duke Johnson Jr., Philip Dorsett was there. The younger Philip Dorsett. I think he was like Philip Dorsett the fourth.
Is there an older Philip Dorsett? I suppose there is. Is the what they had a?
Oh, the second Philip Dorsett the second.
Who
Sorry.
was their edge rusher? Didn't they have a pretty big time edge rusher? Yeah, I was wrong. I can't remember from Miami that game. But anyways, that was one of the big games Nebraska actually won.
Oh, hold on. Nebraska versus Miami 2014. This would be good actually.
Yeah.
They had an edge. Okay, so Miami. So Brad Kaya threw 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Duke Johnson 18 carries, 93 yards. Amir Abdullah. How about this stat line?
Oh, I remember this one. Yeah.
35 carries, 229 rushing yards, and 2 touchdowns.
35 carries. You hear that, Emmett Johnson? That's what we need from you this week.
Wow, that's something.
That's a lot.
35 carries, 229, and 2 touchdowns. How about this? Just continuing to churn yards. His longest run of the night was 26 yards. It wasn't like he broke one for 80. He was just steady.
And there was big pressure going into that game to basically outperform Duke Johnson on the
Yeah,
other side.
that's
Those were
right.
2 of the top running backs in the nation.
Duke Johnson had 18 carries for 93 yards and a touchdown. How about this? The backup running back, I did not know this. The backup running back for Miami that year was Gus Edwards.
Okay, I didn't
The
know that
Baltimore
either.
Ravens
Yeah.
guy. I had no idea there.
I did not know that either.
They do not have tackles on this.
Okay. I
That's
could be wrong. I mean, I
unfortunate.
know Randy Gregory got like a personal foul there. I thought they had somebody decent on the offensive line. I think they had a
Was it
decent
offensive
tight
line or
end.
defensive
On the,
line?
I think it was. Well,
Oh, no, that's Miami Dolphins. Miami Hurricanes.
now I'm second guessing myself because maybe I was just thinking of Randy Gregory. I think maybe he had a good matchup with
Yeah,
the
I think it was just Randy Gregory.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Anyway, that was a great game. And I remember
that
too,
was a great game.
Yeah. That was one of the best games. People will still say that's one of the loudest games that they've been to. And I remember just the TV broadcast because the way that Nebraska dominated that game, as you mentioned, with the mere so many yards rushing, Brock Heward just really kind of went off there. I think it was, with the last couple quarters or whatever, Nebraska kind of got the lead.
Buck, we're going to stay here. We're going to go past break. We
Okay.
have breaking news.
We do.
Nebraska and Coach Matt Rule has signed a 2-year contract extension this morning. This is according to Pete Thamel of ESPN. Nebraska coach Matt Rule signed a 2-year contract extension this morning, which will take him through the 2032 season. It includes, how about this? It includes a $15 million buyout this year that effectively eliminates him from any jobs in this coaching cycle. That is from Pete Thamel of ESPN. So once again, Nebraska coach Matt Rule signed a 2-year contract extension this morning, which will take him through the 2032 season. It includes a $15 million buyout this year that effectively eliminates him from any jobs in this coaching cycle. Now, I would say this, there was a lot of news last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of reports at that time as of 10:40, according to very close people that were involved in the situation, involved in the conversation. It was not signed. As of this morning at 9 a.m., it was not signed. So this has been something that obviously has been going back and forth. And Nebraska ends up locking up their head coach for an additional 2 years, 2032 season. I said it earlier on the drive. It was going to be way too affordable for Penn State or any other school to come in this season and basically take Matt Rule away. Here he is. He gets signed to a 2-year extension, $15 million buyout this year if he leaves, which is a lot for a coach, for an organization that would be paying $50 million already for to fire their previous head coach.
Yeah, it looks like every year Nebraska makes the college football playoff, which hopefully is at least once.
Yeah.
His base salary for each year in the deal will increase by $1 million. Still kind of figuring out things going on here. This is big news. This is the news everybody's kind of been waiting for.
It is, and I think it's important to note that there's probably a lot of incentives here. I think it's good that if Nebraska has incentives, it forces them to then once again, it holds them accountable, right? Like it doesn't screw Nebraska financially, but it holds them accountable. As you said, right, contract includes an innovative clause that where every time Nebraska qualifies for the college football playoff, his base salary for each year on the deal increases by $1 million. Rule's salary has an average of more than $11.7 million a year, including retention bonuses, and does not include a change in base comp in the current deal. Rule's 2 additional years are at $12.5 million, the same as the final year of his deal that ran in 2030. The deal remains 90% guaranteed. Rule is currently top 15 in salary in the country. In 2027, he'll make $11 million with retention bonuses. So there you go. This is what I would say, though, also. Somebody on the text line goes, re-signing Rule right before a big game rubs me the wrong way. Watch we get boat raced on Saturday after extending him. Bach, the big reason why you do it is, number one, he's about to talk to the media in less than 5 minutes. Number two is you have about 50 visitors from the 2027, 2028 class. You have current commits that are making your way. It's going to be the biggest recruiting weekend this season for Nebraska. The ability to go and tell those recruits, hey, I'm here and we're not going anywhere. I understand Penn State's on the market. I'm not going anywhere. To be able to say that, it will provide value in these conversations, especially as you are going for and trying to get the commits of a lot of the guys that are also being recruited by Penn State, and you're being recruited by LSU and Florida. A lot of these are similar schools going after them that don't have head coaches. If now Nebraska can somewhat negatively recruit against those schools, but then also in turn positively and give them a sense of confidence that Matt Rhule is going to be here, it makes it a lot easier to keep those relationships strong and tied together.
And that's part of the big picture. And I think that's what people need to remember here. Nebraska could get boat raced by USC, but I think Nebraska's already, and I'm not predicting that, I'm just saying it certainly could happen. But Nebraska's already accomplished the minimal goal, I think, for the season, right? Which was to get bowl eligible. And you could say that's not a big deal or whatever. It's been, since 2016, they didn't get to a bowl.
Yeah.
They brought him back to get to the bowl. I mean, he's on pace to keep moving the program forward. We already know it's one of the youngest programs. Regardless of what happens this year, you finish 9 wins, 8 wins, 7 wins. It's your first year with these coordinators in place. So there's a lot of reasons to look at this and say, okay, this is the right move. The other thing is there's no language in this contract or any numbers that I'm hearing that are substantially higher than what his regular contract was.
And that's what worried me.
Right.
And this is where way back when this thing kind of came and everything was going on with Nebraska and Penn State and that whole situation, that's what I was worried about. I said, we're going to learn a lot about Troy Dannen. Troy Dannen was a little bit of a wild card still and stuff. And in terms of decisions like this is as big. Troy Dannen's writing his legacy as we speak, right? And because we tie athletic directors to the decisions they make with coaches, and whether that's hiring, extensions, buyouts, whatever it may be, firings as well. We were going to learn a lot about Troy Dannen. This excites me for what Nebraska could be with Troy Dannen, because it was, how can you figure out a way to secure your coach without blowing everything up and without giving away the farm, right? Guess what? You know what comes to Nebraska with the college football playoff appearance? Way more than $1 million. That's $1 million raise or whatever, or bonus if you make the college football playoff is a drop in the bucket in comparison to the amount of revenue that Nebraska as an organization will get to bring in. The thing that I was concerned about, and I think a lot of Husker fans can share the same sentiment, is the thing that I was concerned about is giving him a $2.5 million raise every year on top of his contract, pay him as a top 5 coach in the country, and you have no responsibility or accountability, no incentives to win 8 games. Like, that's your goal, right? No, like, this incentive-based contracts are something player-wise, coach-wise, I'm a massive fan of, because guess what? If Nebraska wants to pay Dylan Raiola $3 million or whatever the amount is NIL-wise, and he gets you to a college football playoff, the amount of revenue that you make offsets it by $1 million. I mean, it is not even close to the amount of revenue that Nebraska is going to be able to make if they make the college football playoff. This is great. I think this is as good as of a deal and as an extension as you could have hoped for if you're a Nebraska fan.
Well, and I think too, I mean, there's also the thought process of Matt Rhule and maybe a little bit of the concern with the Penn State job being open is maybe they could get him a $30 million roster, $40 million roster that he's talking about. The other idea is if they, were going to really lay it on to Matt Rhule and make him, like you said, a top 5 paid coach, it's going to be like, okay, well, you can't say all that in one hand, and then on the other hand, demand more and more money. This is, again, good money, good money for any of us, but for in the college football, still good money, right? He's already being paid well, but it locks him up, which was something they especially needed to do before the Penn State game, because that was going to be wild if they didn't do that. But we'll see. Maybe it gives them a little bit of especially for the football team, 100% focused now on USC. Not that it wasn't there before, but there's always a little bit of a distraction with this kind of going on the side. And here's the other part of it. And people could say, well, what happens if Nebraska gets boat raced by USC? What happens at the opposite? If Nebraska beats USC, all of a sudden, not only is he, which he was, already the favorite to be the Penn State job, but that stuff would would ramp up. And then, maybe at that point, you might be paying a little bit more. So very interesting stuff. Matt Rhule is finally, I shouldn't say he has finally done it. We've been just been reported for a while. Yeah. Matt Rhule finally signed to a 2-year contract extension.
I would also add that I would put the expectation that with this, I'm fielding some thoughts as well on this. Sounds like I would imagine that there is a pretty large commitment to funding roster as well.
I would assume so.
I think that's kind of what it sounds like as I've kind of gauged the situation here. It sounds like there's been, and I don't have official numbers, but it sounds like and Matt Rhule is strategic, and he came out a couple of weeks ago and talked about it, but it sounds like through some of the things that I'm being told. I'm hearing. I hate sounding like this.
No, you're Adam Schefter. Go ahead.
No, I hate sounding like this, but it does sound like there's large commitments made to funding the roster at an NIL level for Nebraska, which does not surprise us. All right. Like I think Matt Rule is strategic and smart enough to where he would not sign an extension 2.5 weeks after 3 weeks. I don't know. Timelines are kind of all over the place, but after he was talking about how much it costs to fund a roster and stuff like that, and how much Nebraska needs to buy into it and stuff, I would be shocked to hear that if it wasn't laid out officially with them of like, hey, this is the goal that we're going to reach to get you to every single year for money to spend for on a roster and roster, confirmation or roster confirmation, roster contributions. I would imagine that that's a pretty big part of this thing.
I would think so too. Again, from Rule's side, that sounded like he was
might not be in the $30 million range, but it might be somewhere close.
Yeah. All right, let's take a quick break. We've got plenty more to talk about with the big news of the day. Matt Rule signing that extension. We'll be back more with One-on-One on 93.7 The Ticket.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Score big with rebates up to $2,000 on the Kawasaki NAV, Kawasaki's first ever fully electric personal transportation vehicle designed for cruising the good life. Be the first to NAV your neighborhood. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered all under one roof with a large selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, motorcycles, and personal watercraft at their 27th and I-80 location, where they can't wait to get you set up for football season.
Hi, Sean Callahan here, and I've got some great news for you. Koppel Chevrolet GMC is proud to be the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln metros. Koppel is also celebrating its 50th anniversary. We want to say thank you to all of our customers that have helped us reach these milestones. So come see why so many customers, including myself, are choosing Koppel Chevrolet GMC for their automotive needs. Please check us out at koppelcars.com.
Is your heating system ready for cooler weather? Call Bryant to schedule your fall heating check. No matter what brand, call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
I'm Kirk Herbstreit, and today I'm eating Raising Cane's.
Herbstreit's in the drive-thru again. Oh, hey, Kirk. What can I get you today?
I want a solid bench of 4 chicken fingers that are real difference makers. Sprinkle cut fries with dynamic ridge patterns, Texas toast, and cane sauce with an air of smugness that comes from knowing you're the best. Now back to you, Todd.
So the usual.
Make Raising Cane's part of your game day lineup. One love.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, everybody. Charlie Stone back again with Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, there are so many great things to talk about right now. Let's start with new and pre-owned vehicles.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, we're all excited those days of inventory shortages are behind us. Right now, we have more than 400 new Hondas to choose from and over 125 pre-owned with just about any make or model in stock.
I know certified pre-owned Hondas are a very important part of your dealership. Tell us about certified, Andy.
We always have a great selection of certified pre-owned Hondas in stock. in like new condition, and they also come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
How about service?
You know, our amazing service department not only services Hondas, but we service just about any make, and we are one of the largest tire dealers in the state. Look us up the next time you need tires on your car.
Experience the best at the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
There's always a new experience to be had at Arbor Day Farm in Nebraska City. From events, adventures, wine tastings, or the Discovery Ride, you can never get tired of seeing what the property has to offer. Make a weekend out of it by staying at the Lead Lodge and enhance your stay with their special packages that include luxurious treatment. Learn more or book your adventure today online at arbordayfarm.org.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, brought to you by Canopy Street Market on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back here on One-on-One on 93.7 The Ticket, and the big news has officially happened here. Not officially from the university, but officially from Pete Thamel. And I don't know if Matt Rule's talked about it right now. He's on the Pat McAfee show doing his weekly appearance. So I don't know if I've been able to watch it.
I mean, what are we doing? This is never mind. I'm gonna stay.
We'll
I'm
get
gonna
to
stay
that
out
in
of
a
this.
second again.
He's on Pat McAfee right now talking about it, and
Yeah.
there's like all the media just waiting in the press conference room to hear from him at 11:30, and he's on McAfee.
Well, you got to do the national media first. Think of that recruiting, like you said earlier. Nebraska coach, this from Pete Thamel, Nebraska coach Matt Rule signed a 2-year contract extension this morning, which will take him through the 2032 season. Includes a $15 million buyout this year that effectively eliminates him from any jobs in the coaching cycle.
Now it has officially been announced by the university. Nebraska announced its contract extension with Coach Matt Rule. The University of Nebraska and head coach Matt Rule have agreed to a 2-year extension that extends Rule's agreement through the 2032 season. The restructured deal does not change Rule's base salary, but does include salary escalators for CFP appearances. Troy Dannon says this, quote, Coach Rule has shown he is the right leader at the right time for Nebraska football. We look forward to him and his family being in Lincoln for a long time. Our program has seen significant progress under Matt's leadership, and at this stage in the evolution of the program, continuity and stability are critical. There you go. Just don't want to blow it up. He says this, I welcome the opportunity to continue to partner with Matt and his staff to build a program that would make everyone associated with Nebraska football proud. Go Big Red. Matt Rule has been building something special at Nebraska, says the University of Nebraska president Jeff Gold. I'm grateful that his leadership will continue. I'm confident the momentum he's generating will carry our program and the pride of Husker Nation to even greater heights. Talks about Rule academically. Rule said this, quote, the University of Nebraska, the city of Lincoln, and the state of Nebraska are special. It is a place our family is proud to call home. We have outstanding leadership from Dr. Gold and Troy Dannon, and I appreciate the support and confidence they have shown in our staff. Our focus remains on building Nebraska football into a perennial national championship contender. That's it.
There you have it.
So it's official.
It's official. Matt Rule is staying in Lincoln, signed a 2-year contract extension here this morning. So big news, of course, ahead of the USC game. Can maybe kind of put all that stuff to rest with Penn State. Interesting. You mentioned it earlier, a bunch of recruits in town, so maybe good timing on that part. We already talked about, maybe if Nebraska did beat USC, you might have to pay $1 or $2 more here and there. But so altogether, there's still going to be people that are going to be questioning this.
Yeah.
But again, I do think if you take a step back and get frustrated about the Minnesota loss a couple weeks ago, you can say the Northwestern game was closer than you wanted it to be. But there's no denying taking a step back and saying the program has progressed under Matt Rule. Is it fast enough? Are we getting the year 3 jump? We'll see in the next 4 games. If they win 4 games, then yes. If they win 3 games, then yes. If they win 2, it's a step, not a jump. So, all that stuff's going to factor in. But the bigger deal is that you have continuity, because we talked about it. Well, I don't think anybody's really dove into it too much because it wasn't facing us at the time. But Nebraska would not be one of the best open jobs in the market this offseason if it did happen that way. And there's no obvious choice to who would be the next guy up. So when you talk about continuity and progress and all that, I mean, that's what you want. Ultimately, you want to be playing for the national championship, right? But along those lines, you got to take those steps. And Nebraska has been taking those steps enough for the athletic department to go ahead and solidify Matt Rule.
And I do know, I mean, I do know that there have been coaches, a couple of them, that have reached out to Troy Dan and said, hey, you know, if this job opens up, I'm interested in it. But I can say this, that the names didn't jump off the page, the ones that did reach out. And so I think that, you know, ultimately it's you know, it is what it is. Greg Smith of Rivals, national recruiting analyst for Rivals, tweets this out. He goes, I'm told Nebraska is going to look to be consistent big players in recruiting and portal with additional financial backing. This move has a lot to do with calming fears of donors who are on the fence due to uncertainty with Penn State's job being open. That's another thing that you have to talk about is with all of this happening in January, the transfer portal and stuff, only that being the only window nowadays, you have to have your ducks in a row, have to have stability. You have to have your donors all lined up, ready to go in January. So you can make these offers to these guys in the portal during recruiting season as well, so that they know what they're getting, and Matt Rule and his staff know what they have to work with now. Like, this is where general managers are a massive part of this as well. Pat Stewart now has to know, this is the amount I have to work with. Those are going to be some big conversations that are had over the next couple of weeks. Donors with an extension, with security, are much more willing to give more money to the program now if they know that, hey, Matt Rule is going to be here for the foreseeable future. There's a lot here. And Nebraska, I would imagine there'll be massive players in the portal. They will be. We're talking about almost open checkbooks for Matt Rule and his staff. Which, sure, like I part of me gets it that you have to play the game. The other part of me goes, you know what? There's a lot of coaches out there that go take Division II guys and make them into formidable Power 4 players. Coaching matters a lot too. You can't just buy a roster. You can't have ultimate success just buying a roster, in my opinion. You have to have the right people in place, which goes back to Matt Rule. Is he able to identify the right coordinators, the right position coaches, so on and so forth, to be able to take this thing to the top?
Yeah, and all of it factors in. I think there's some arguments on behalf of Matt Rule for having developed some guys already. Yeah. As they're moving along here, picking right guys. I mean, Kenneth Williams, obviously, a great story of somebody that he identified that could come in here and help this team, and already has helped Nebraska. I think that is the next part of it, is to see how competitive Nebraska is. There's been some surprising players in the transfer portal era, if you will. Texas Tech, of course, being among those. Mm-hmm. But Nebraska was competitive last season. And so I do expect, again, we thought that for years was the case, was Nebraska was going to be a beneficiary of the modern era. And hopefully that continues to happen. I'll tell you this, though, there's never going to be enough. Matt Rule, I think, as long as you extend him, is going to still have to go to the podium and say we need more, because you're always going to need more until you're at the top. And even when you're on the top, you're going to need more, right? So I don't expect that conversation to die down, but I do. I believe part of this on Matt Rule's end, without it being substantial financially for him, like that being the giant incentive, again, helpful but not substantial, that for him to agree to this is he probably wanted more of a commitment to the program. And I don't think that's something we talk about enough, particularly maybe when we get to other sports. Maybe we can stick up for Coach Hoiberg here. Not to say the Nebraska's didn't do bad basketball wise or in the portal, but do they have the same do they have the same NIL that some of the other teams do in the Big Ten? And then you go out there and you try to compare them team for team in the standings, and it's not necessarily fair. And that's the same thing going on in football. Again, with the top teams, how many weeks, every week that Oregon plays somebody, the opposing coaches, whether it be coordinators or head coaches, say something about it. And so, I mean, that's just the new world of college football, and hopefully Nebraska, as part of this, and believably so, reportedly so, is going to be buying into that. How much does that mean? Does that mean that Nebraska can pick who they want to in the portal? Again, everybody else is going to be competing too. We'll see. There was a few positions I think we were all left a little bit disappointed in not landing in the last portal go round. and it's kind of reared its ugly head this season. So we'll see if Nebraska does a little bit better by the time we get there. And we got to go to another quick break here on 1-on-1. We'll be back with talk more about this Matt Rhule extension, Husker football game against USC, and more on 93.7 The Ticket.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to 1-on-1 with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
I'm Kirk Herbstreit, and today I'm eating Raising Cane's.
Herbstreit's in the drive-thru again. Oh, hey, Kirk. What can I get you today?
I want a solid bench of 4 chicken fingers that are real difference makers. Crinkle cut fries with dynamic ridge patterns, Texas toast, and cane sauce with an air of smugness that comes from knowing you're the best. Now back to you, Todd.
So the usual.
Make Raising Cane's part of your game day lineup. One love.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When your home fills up with family, Allo Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Allo Fiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters, and the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Is your heating system ready for cooler weather? Call Bryant to schedule your fall heating check. No matter what brand, call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Imagine starting your day with a computer glitch that leaves you feeling stuck, frustrated, and unable to get your work done. You have 1,000,001 things to get done today, and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let Hamilton handle the tech so you don't have to. We help businesses across the state spend more time on what they do best and less time frustrated with office technology. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we're focused on providing custom solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Connect with us today at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
You're listening to 1-on-1 with DP, brought to you by Canopy Street Market on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to 1-on-1 here on 93.7 The Ticket, the Adam Carriker Show. Set to start here in under 10 minutes, but we do have one final segment here, and we're all going to be talking about the same thing today because it is a huge news here in Nebraska as they have extended Coach Rhule just before the USC game. Nick Stainer was with me earlier in studio. He has stepped out for the moment, but I will go ahead and finish up this show and, again, bring to you the news here. Again, first reported here by Pete Thamel, but then became official with the University of Nebraska that they have signed a 2-year contract extension now. And so Matt Rule is on the books through 2032, includes a $15 million buyout this year that effectively eliminates him from any jobs in this cycle. Again, the contract includes an innovative clause where every time Nebraska qualifies for the college football playoff, his base salary for each year on the deal will increase by $1 million. So good job of getting the incentives out there. And really, I mean, I got to just kind of speaking out again from where this stands in the whole kind of, because there's going to be a million opinions on it. And there's, honestly, you kind of just got to get to the contract itself. And that's where, you know, if you just think, extension or not, you can have your own opinion. But when you look at this specific contract extension, is it didn't really change his base salary yet. It just kind of gave it 2 additional years. And he was already making a lot of money. And I don't just say that as a compared to you and I mean, in the college football world, he's already a top, 15 paid coach in set to be for the next several years for the length of his contract. And so the big concern for a lot of people, I think, was, okay, how much are they going to have to pay him to get him to stay? This isn't a whole lot more, front-loaded money or anything that's coming out from Nebraska. It's just more security in the long term for him. And so this is just a big win, in my opinion, for Nebraska football, for Troy Dannen, and for Matt Rule. I mean, everybody involved, like I said, Nebraska football. But I mean, I think if you were, what you might be worried about is that, this would somehow be a monstrous contract or significantly bigger than his first contract, which was already huge. And then you might start to say, well, why are we paying him top 5 money? Or, if that's not where the team necessarily lands. And so that's not what's happening here. And so this was, again, not all contract extensions are equal. In my mind, this is a team-friendly deal, if you'll put it that way. It secures that Nebraska is able to keep Matt Rule here in Lincoln and moving forward. He's at the podium right now. We'll get you some of those clips. I mean, he went on the Pat McAfee show already, and I've said it before. I think that stuff is fantastic. What you think about Pat McAfee himself or that kind of new wave of sports media is up to you, but one way or the other, it's what a lot of young people are watching. I think it's fantastic for recruiting. I've said for the longest time, I think Matt Rule is fantastic speaking. I mean, we know that, son of a preacher, all of that. And so the more he's able to get in front of the mic and promote Nebraska, the better. And, you kind of got to this point of, well, if he leaves like he's left before, his previous jobs, is he just doing it for Matt Rule, or is he doing it for Nebraska? Well, again, locking this up, anything he's doing now is for Nebraska and is for the brand. And so this will be a story that will grab some national headlines. This will be a story that will be added to the pregame package going into the USC game, kind of adds into that. And so it's good for Matt Rule. It's good press altogether for Nebraska. Again, you still got to win the game against USC, but that's kind of a separate conversation for that goodwill to continue. If they lose the game, that's going to be the automatic response from everybody is, well, they should have waited. They shouldn't have done this or that. But again, to me, I think this is somewhat about meeting the baseline expectation, the minimum expectation, if you will, for Nebraska to achieve, to get to the bowl opportunity they locked up last week against Northwestern, proves that regardless of what kind of happens throughout the remainder of the season, that they've at least made that step to get to back-to-back bowl games in year 2 and 3 of Matt Rule. And again, that's not the goal. They're going to be fighting for more. They're talking about college football playoff going into this USC game, how realistic that is or not. But I think for me to feel that they really needed to do an extension, in my mind, it was they were going to have to at least meet that bottom expectation. And then anything that they do after that obviously was going to be more enticing for Penn State or another opening to want to take Matt Rule away. So you kind of lock him in at a great time in my mind. He's met the bottom expectation at Nebraska, and you do it before he's kind of the dollar figure might get higher if you go in there and beat USC, and then you go in there the next week, win a few games in a row. All of a sudden, you are going to have to probably significantly increase his year-to-year contract. But they did all that without having to do that. So fantastic job, I think, by Troy Danon. Great day for Nebraska. Continuity is in the air, and we'll talk about it more with Adam Carriker next on 93.7 The Ticket.
$93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, frost and patchy fog possible this morning. Otherwise, mainly sunny skies and be breezy today. The high near 59. Tonight, mainly clear skies and light winds. The low around 36. And tomorrow, we'll see increasing clouds throughout the day. It'll be breezy. The high near 54. I'm meteorologist Kyle Lecker for 93.7 The Ticket. And